I have the honour this year of presenting the Paper Plate Awards. It's a real tongue twister, and I realised there as me and the wife were sat in our bath, shaving each other's legs. Hang on, she got any paper plates? Hand out this year, but I have got something else. Eggs. Bollocks. I haven't got eggs, I've got something a bit better. So anyway, the whole point of the Paper Plate Awards is it's a bit of fun. If you take offence, that's your problem. It's about celebrating the things, these posh trophies, these fast guys who, make an effort, who've got posh bikes, who spend time training, all that bullshit. It's not about it's not about that. It's about the guys who actually. It's the little things in life that make the difference. So can you all chaps see there? So so this year anyway, I'll start off anyway with the first award. He says, that's not working. Let's restart. We'll do that. The club motto. Now, I'm a social rider who thinks I've got grand years of some good times in my head, but I go these Sunday club rides at the time trials or whatever, and I chain gang now and again, and I hear these things being said, and I just thought what they were lacking is a club motto. So I put a few suggestions down on the slideshow. And this one reminds me of a certain time. Sorry. There's a case of we can tape your feet to the pedals now. It's all right taping your feet to the pedals to go up a hill climb. It's when you want to stop as the problem starts. But it worked out well at the end. It worked out well. So thank Dan Davis for that one. Now, I only heard this one actually last weekend, and I'm not going to say because there's Junior's present, but actually this is life, where we mentioned we could always got Nantamore hill climb again. He's like, I'm not going up that hill again. I've been up there 5 times the last week. I remember that. So that reminds me of that certain gentleman. I think this one that sums it up for a lot of us. Bloody students, they turn up, they're all young and enthusiastic and skinny, and I hate them. I wouldn't say about that. Let's face it, I'm not exactly ripped with a six-pack myself, but
Dan's not either.
I felt a lot better about it, you're right.
It made us all feel better.
And also, there's a classic thing in any sport club. I remember the running club as well with Bash there, and basically, like cyclists and runners are the same. It's any excuse not to go out. So, fancy going for a ride? Too wet, cold, hot, windy, dark, hazy. I've heard them all. But also, there's these sort of things as well that actually cold, tight calf, sore thigh. I'm giving it a miss this weekend. Basically, lazy. And we've all been there. So anyway, if we move on to my first award, those are the club mottos. And there's a couple of gentlemen in the club this picture reminds me of, and I'm not going to say names, Derry or Shelley, but there's that special moment a couple of guys share. If you're on the club weekend, I think you've got everything. So it's the Brokeback Mountain Award 2012 for interpretive dance. Now, I apologise all the way, Kirsten, if you missed a special moment in your husband's lives.
But we will resurrect it.
So there's joint winners for this award this year. They're definitely very close friends. I think they put a whole new meaning to a double billiards on club weekends. Let's face it, although in fairness to Derry, it was pretty cold in that bar. It was pretty cold. And Shelley, all I can say is white socks are never good. Let alone naked.
that drunk.
So the worst thing was there was actually some New Zealand tourists in the pub that weekend, and seeing 2 Welshmen naked playing pool, I think Visit Wales might be issuing a lawsuit shortly. But anyway, so on that point, I haven't got my first prize tonight. He says, looking at his bag of wonders, that this is being prepared. So, Derry and Shelley, if you'd like to come up and present you the first award. So, Joe, Shelley, Derry. It's a baby oil for you to share. Use it as you see fit.
For this year's club weekend, perhaps.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you. No reenactment tonight, though.
No, well, depends who's asking.
Well done, boys. I'll tell you later.
I already know.
This one goes to the Dalai Lama Prize for spreading well-being and love throughout the cycling community. Now it's a bit of a mouthful, but it goes back towards the end of the season. And I'm not sure some of you remember, we had a club ride to watch the Tour of Britain. We had a really good day out. And for those of you who were there, you sort of remember that what happened was, we had, Griff was the leader on that day. Griff, you know, he's a young lad, but fair play, he's a hell of a good cyclist, but it was his role that day to be the boss. He's going to show us how it's done. You know, what Griff said, we all went with. If we argued with him, we were wrong. Anyway, to cut a long story short, one of our club members decided he'd arrive a bit late in a white van, and then, being testosterone filled, joined us shortly, and then noticed a little rider in the distance. So this club member shot off like a rocket to catch this club rider, to show them who's boss, that despite all the busy work in the pub and the library, he was still the man to mess with. And the rider he caught was in the club of ours. And the girl didn't press charges at the end of the day. And I think what happened was, the chap shot off like a rocket, caught this rider, thought, yeah, I've shown her who's boss. But Griff turned up, and he started laying into this poor girl, without realising he was not actually one of our club ride. So it was a bit of an embarrassing situation all round, because us to a CC, we were basically accused of assaulting a female rider on the road to Built Wells. But if Andy Workhard Davis would like to step up.
Shaving kit.
And I've actually forgot your present at home, so well done. All the best. Thank you, Andy, for. We need to talk. So yeah, so anyway, what happened was we had a club ride, and Andy chased this rider down, and Griff ran up to give him a bollocking and laid into him. And it turns out one of them wasn't with us, she was a little girl going for a local ride. Anyway, as you can see here, we've got an athlete in the gym. A real Iron Man of cycling. So anyway, we'll move on. This is the Epsom Smelling Salts Award. For those who give this award, it recognises dedication above and beyond the call of duty. Now, it's pretty vague, but if we actually look at the detail of it, it's someone who concentrates so hard on his Pilates coordination. Every fibre is dedicated to synchronising body movement. Now, there's a few of this spin class. We do this odd sort of class between the two spin classes where we actually do Pilates or CX works, whatever that is. These classes where we focus on being the perfect human being. And there's a member of the cycling club who's actually with us tonight, who took his dedication to this class so seriously, he actually, extreme focus, he forgot to breathe, passed out in the class. So if there's a Mr. Paul Brewer would like to step up. So what I've actually done, Paul, so thank you, is I've actually it's a reenactment. It's some tip exercise. You go like left and right in your shoes. So when it says left foot or right foot, do you remember which one's which without passing out? So now then, anybody know this chap? Yes, Mr. Berlusconi. That's it. The Berlusconi Award for Celtic-Italian relationships. This could mean a lot of things, but we'll start off. Now, this award focuses on social media, but I think the key thing is this award recognises steps people take to find common ground between two nations. Now, I definitely reckon there's elements of this commonality. That's a posh word. They transcend barriers of race, religion, nation, age. There's certain things that people